This right here is what I'm assuming you all hear. It's a silent room. You hear me talking to you, and you're listening to me talk. Silence in the background. Nothing to hear. This is what I hear. Every day. This is every day, every night. This is my mind. Actually, no, that's what I hear. I'm going to tell you what you would hear in my mind. I'm about to show you. I'm an ugly anyone.
Did you know most of the stars in the sky of the street has red, green, and their light? I wonder what my daughter's going to think so long. I don't even notice she doesn't have holy shit.
Every time someone walks. The human mind is very difficult to understand, and I feel like I'm one of those people that understand a lot more than others. As in, like, I probably understand what's going on with other people's heads that aren't like the normal human. Because I'm not a normal person. I am diagnosed with ADHD, anxiety. I have depression, and I know you probably don't see those. You don't see any of that on my videos other than the ADHD right now, and obviously my other videos you could probably already tell. ADHD for some people really isn't like a burden. Now I can't say that for a lot of people, obviously, because I'm not them, and I will never be them. I will never know what they actually feel like, or what they hear, or what their thoughts are. But it's really hard. I was diagnosed when I was 9 years old, and it's really hard to manage. I think I was on medication till I was about 15, and then I just stopped. I thought I can, handle it. Also, it costs money to get medication. So obviously, like I'm lucky enough where my parents have the money to afford that, but I just don't want to put that on them. So I'm trying to manage it myself. A lot of people don't understand. I'm not trying to put my mom out there, but a lot of the times she thinks I act the way I do or I think the way I do on purpose. And that is really hard to hear. And, like whenever I talk too much or I'm being a little annoying, she thinks I do it on purpose to piss her off. And that hurts. I can't tell her that because if I do tell her that, then I feel like I will get yelled at or scolded for even saying such a thing to my own mother. It's just like with parents, you can't really criticize the things they do. And the one thing my parents will bring up, and this is like if I complain about life, they always bring up, oh, there's starving kids in Africa. There's people in Iran that are dying. There are people in Syria that have to deal with war. You have the luckiest of the luck of all kids in the world, of all adults in the world. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, there are kids dying in Syria. There are kids dying from starvation in Africa. Does that invalidate my feelings, though? And they can't be talking. They complain about stuff all the time. Like they always complain about their life and how much of a burden it is that we had kids. Well, then don't have kids. It's that simple. I know me posting this, they don't watch my YouTube videos. Why would they? YouTube is the most horrible idea. I will never make money. I will never have a successful career on YouTube. So what's the point of even doing YouTube videos? I do it for fun. This isn't monetized. This video is not making any money. It's making $0. I made $0.00 off this. I think my channel altogether, based on like one or two of my friends donating $1 every once in a while, made like $6. Oh, I can actually show you in a second how much this made. All right, so total out of all the years that I've been on YouTube, almost 7 years, I've made $6.79. And I can't even cash that out. I can't even cash that out. I mean, you know, you need $100 to cash out on YouTube. But of course, they're not going to see this video, so why do I care what I say on my channel? It's my own channel. I'm an adult. I can say whatever I want. That is under the guidelines. Whatever the fucking guidelines are. But you know, like I remember one time my dad, he said, because I was telling him about my YouTube milestone, I recently got 2,000 subscribers. I was like, Dad, I got 2,000 subscribers. He was like, did you make money yet? I'm like, no. He was like, well, talk to me when you make money. I understand he was probably joking, but what else is a joke nowadays when he could just make that excuse for anything? He upset me. He said something insulting that I did not like, and I was upset about it. I was just joking. Learn to take a joke, man. Learn to take a joke. It's just so stupid. You know, like no one will ever know how you feel in life. No one will ever know. No one, like there's a 0% chance that anyone will ever know what you're actually feeling. They might be able to understand parts of it. They might be able to put themselves in your place, but they'll never know fully. They'll never officially know how you feel. It's just life, and it's almost impossible to have feelings or be upset about something without somebody else telling you that there's someone worse. And I understand there are people worse in life than me. I mean, I gotta say, I probably have like one of the luckiest situations in the world where you know, I have my own room. We have a house that they are almost paid for. And I'm grateful for that, but that doesn't mean I can't have problems, you know? I'm always invisible in my house. Yeah, they see me, they, you know, communicate with me, but like they don't really understand me or how I feel. Like my dad doesn't really believe I have depression or anxiety or that it's hard for me to sleep. I've told him many times like I can't sleep. I literally can't. I'm up until 6 in the morning, 6 or 7. No, but I'm up until 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, and then like for what? Because I'm just like on my phone, and I can't help it. Like I try laying down, and I'm just like I can't help but either turn on the TV or like turn on my phone to stimulate my mind. And it's like not as easy as he says by just going to bed. That's literally what he said. He told me just close your eyes and go to bed. What? It's not my fault you're 55 and you're like you can just sleep however you want. You can literally go in your recliner and go like this. Wake up 5 hours later. It doesn't work like that. Like I'm sorry. That's another thing. So many people in my life, they will always tell me that it's easier to do something. It's easier said than done. They will always tell me to do something, but it's never that easy. They always make it sound easy. And it's like I understand not all of them have ADHD or whatever, or like suffer from anxiety, depression, are constantly in pain every single day, physically and mentally. And I know a lot of people have it worse, but I keep saying that. Yeah, they do have it worse. I'm grateful that I have it better than a lot of people, but at the same time, it doesn't invalidate my feelings. I'm sorry for rambling. It's just, I have a lot on my mind that I wanted to talk about, and this is probably the most vulnerable you're ever going to see me on my channel. This is like definitely the most vulnerable I've ever been on my entire channel. And yet I guarantee a lot of people are going to be like clicking on the video, dude, this guy's making a satirical video. This is going to be a good funny video, and then they're disappointed. I apologize for that, for disappointing all of you. But, and that's another thing about like talking about this is like you can't just say that. Like you can't just say how you feel fully on YouTube because my camera's blurring. You can't just fully say on camera how you're feeling. It's just blurring. Because you can get like taken down just by saying the wrong shit. If I say fuck and shit in the first 30 seconds of the video, you're done. You're done. Your channel deleted. Obviously it doesn't work like that, but you know how I mean. If I say piss, I'm not going to say the C word. I don't know. But I was going to say see you next Tuesday. You can't just say stuff like that on YouTube, unfortunately. But I just wanted to tell you how I felt. And I know this video is a very long video because I keep rambling, and it's probably going to be mostly unedited except for what you hear, the ADHD side of me and the anxiety side of me. That's another thing. ADHD, horrible with anxiety. Horrible collaboration, if you were to call it that. Because you got ADHD, you're like paying attention to multiple different things at once, and you can't help but like you get distracted, and then anxiety kicks in. You're just like getting all anxious and like you're overwhelmed and shit like that. It sucks. It does suck. I remember I was at school and I had panic attack. The worst time to have a panic attack. I just walked away out of class. Like I was in Spanish class first period, and I was having a panic attack. I don't even know why. It just kind of happens sometimes. And I literally, without even asking, I just walked out. My teacher asked me the next day. She was like, "Why were you gone?" I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say." Like people don't help you. What is the point of telling people to get help if it's almost impossible to get help? Like, what is the point in that? Oh, just get help, man. Stop it. Get some help. That one meme, Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help. Who? Who's going to help me? Who? You call. Okay, so this is just an example. I'm not saying I'm suicidal. I'm not suicidal. But, if you call the suicide hotline, most of the time, they're not going to care. They're just going to be like, okay, I'm listening. Just tell me what's going on, man. Or they'll be rude as fuck, which I've heard stories about that too, where someone called the suicide hotline and they're just rude. Okay, yeah, sure. Be rude to someone who is suffering mentally. And the physically part, for me suffering, I got degenerative disc disease, where the discs in my back are deteriorating. Probably caused from excessive weight gain years ago, like a few years ago. I lost it, but the damage is done. What the hell? Well, what am I gonna do? So I'm just in pain sitting here right now, and that's why it's really hard for me to talk in my videos, and that's why like it's really hard for me to just get on to do videos. And like I know a lot of people wonder like why I'm so inconsistent. Like sometimes I'll be like, if you've been a loyal subscriber, sometimes I'll be like consistently posting every single day, 1 or 2 times a day, 3 times a day maybe. Oh, if you're lucky, 3 times a day. but then I won't post for like 5 months. So it's just, life is hard. You know, the unemployment rate is skyrocketing right now. I have an interview for a job, and I mean, fingers crossed they don't look at this video, because if they do, I'm probably not getting the job. I don't know, maybe. Maybe they see the video and see it as like some dude that really just wants to share his feelings and is vulnerable to people he cares about. Like, I care about a lot of people. Like, I care about all of you. Like, believe it or not, I think like a lot of the chatters on my live streams, like majority of the chatters on my live streams or commenters on my videos, I like think of as friends. And I know that sounds cliche. Oh yeah, YouTuber thinks of his fans as friends. You're not my fans. Like, fans would be, I have millions of subscribers, I'm making millions of dollars, and you guys are loyal fans. No, you are supporters. You are definitely supporting my channel, but I wouldn't call you fans. I hate when people bring that up. Like, oh, so what, you should all listen to your fans and make some videos that they like. They're not my fans. You guys aren't my fans. You guys are people who my friends who support me. And this whole video is just me rambling. That's partly my fault. Mostly, actually, 100% my fault. 90% my fault, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I guess what I could say, or what I'm supposed to say, is get help if you're feeling, like, at least, you're feeling like I am. Get help, or maybe not, because what's the point in getting help anyway? I've always contemplated with life, as in, like, is there a God? Is there my AC's going off in the back? Is there God? Does Jesus, is he actually the Messiah that died for our sins? If he died for our sins, which I'm assuming means not that sin doesn't exist, but if you sin, you will be forgiven. Then how come hell still exists, and how come people, according to the Bible, still goes to hell? If God was so perfect, why is he encouraging slavery in the First Testament? If God was actually real, why is he allowing for the mass genocide of humans? Why is he allowing humans to commit genocide and numerous different war crimes to other humans? If we are all created equal, why are we killing each other? That's another thing. Why are we killing each other if we're created equal? And why is it so hard to just ignore people who become trans or people who are gay? Like, why does it matter to you if they're gay or not? Like, genuinely. So there was this guy at my school that basically said that gay people, like, gay marriage is wrong. I'm like, why do you think that? He was like, because a man belongs with a woman. Okay. Let me ask you this. Does it affect your life if a man gets married to a man? Oh yeah. And I'm like, how? Because it... And he couldn't answer the question. Like, really, he could not answer the question. Okay. Then just don't answer the question, because you know you're wrong. Like, gay people don't matter. We don't matter. Trans people don't matter. No one matters in this world. No one does. And I hate people who tell me, oh, you matter. No, I don't. If I die, who's going to care? My family for like 6 months, and then they're going to move on like everyone else does? That's another thing. How do people move on from death? Like, it's like death happens, it's a tragic thing, and then they just act like it never even happened. Like, the people who used to have this room, my grandparents, they died. My pop-pop had a heart attack. My mom died, I believe, of sepsis or an infection in the leg. And she was also like 88, so there's that. How do you move on? How do you just pretend that it never happened? Pretend that they existed, but they weren't really there, or they were there and now they're not, but it's not that big of a deal. How do you act like that? I'm still, I wouldn't say mourning, but I'm still very sad very depressed about them. I mean, they lived with us for my entire life until they died. So how are you supposed to move on from someone you loved so much and cared about so much? How are you supposed to move on from their death? I'm sorry for making this video so long, and you know, it it doesn't matter what you think about this video. If you think I'm being over dramatic or overreacting, oh, I know how you feel. I no, you do not. You do not know how I feel. Unless you have the exact same brain as me, you don't know how I feel. It's that simple. I don't know how you feel. You don't know how I feel. It's simple. Anyways, subscribe or don't subscribe. I don't really care. But if you do subscribe, I really do appreciate it. This is just another side of me that I don't really show on YouTube. If you can't tell, I hate fake YouTubers. I don't hate Mr. Beast. It depends. I don't know him. Hate is a strong word. To hate someone, you have to know them personally. But that's a good quote. Copyright that quote. Pluto, copyright that quote for me. In order to hate someone, you have to know them personally. Perfect. I feel like that's already a quote. It doesn't matter. Goodbye.